we officially begin our parent preparedness program this afternoon, I would like to invite everybody for a moment of silence as we open with a very, very short prayer. Dear Lord, speak gently in our silence, especially when the loud outer noises of our surroundings and the loud inner noises of our fears keep pulling us away from you. Lord, help us to trust that you are still there even even if we are unable to hear you. You said, "Come to me, all you who are overburdened, and I will give you rest. For I am gentle and humble of heart." May your loving voice be our guide. So serve as our guide, especially in today's program. Amen. To open our parent preparedness program, I'd like to call on our school president, Ma'am Charis, for a very, very short message. Ma'am Cha.
Thank you very much, Teacher Al. So once again, good afternoon to all our parents who are with us in Zoom as well as in our Facebook Lives. Thank you for the support you have given us for the past 5 webinars that we've had in the past 2 weeks. Dear parents, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the team who has put this all together. The Parent Preparedness Program was actually conceptualized and executed by the team, the professional development team that we have in school. And this was headed by Teacher Bona. And also to the technical support team, which is headed by MERS, our guidance counselor, together with Teacher Al, our moderator for all the webinars. And of course, I'd like to thank also the academic heads and my fellow administrators who are here now, Ms. Mariel, Teacher June, and Teacher Sandria for your continuous support. Dear parents, all these efforts for the past 2 weeks have been really for you. We know that you are our partners in this endeavor, and that as we prepare the teachers for Berkeley's online school, we have to prepare our parents as well. So here, once again, is another conversation, another discussion that we will have to talk about independence. So our speaker will tell us about how to balance having children who are self-regulated and independent, but also students who are also wary or are conscious as well, of course, of and not afraid of failing. So I stumbled upon this very good quote in Facebook just this morning, and I'd like to share that with you as a proper opening to this forum. So it said, "The greatest gifts you can give your children are the roots of responsibility and the wings of independence." And with that, I would like to welcome you all to this afternoon's webinar and let's all have a great time with our speaker. Thank you. Teacher Al?
Thank you very much, Ma'am Cha, for that wonderful opening remarks. And I see pretty much almost the same set of parents who've been loyally attending our parent preparedness programs. I see a few new ones. And pretty much to get us started and to introduce our very, very special guest this afternoon, I'd like to call on Teacher Bona.
Thank you, Sir Al. Okay, good afternoon to everyone. Okay, we are privileged this afternoon to have with us a speaker who will share her expertise when it comes to harnessing independence in your children learning at home. Indeed, a very timely topic that we all need in this changing time. She is a BS Psychology graduate from Angeles University Foundation with a master's degree in guidance and counseling from the University of Assumption. Currently, she's taking her doctorate in clinical psychology at the University of Santo Tomas. Moreover, she's connected with the Angeles University Foundation and Holy Angel University as a guest lecturer and an NSTP facilitator and guidance counselor at the University of the Assumption. She's also affiliated with the following organizations: the Psychological Association of the Philippines, Philippine Guidance Counselors Association, Philippine Association for Counselor Education, Research and Supervision Incorporated, and the National Association of Psikolohiyang Pilipino Incorporated. She is a highly sought speaker as she is well trained here and abroad. She encourages, empowers, and helps professionals, parents, children, and different members of a community cope with changes. She is indeed a woman who values the well-being of others. Aside from being busy with her career and schedule, she still finds time to volunteer in different organizations. Without further ado, a registered guidance counselor and psychometrician, our guest speaker this afternoon, Ms. Angienette Evangelista.
Hello po. Good afternoon. Thank you, ma'am, for that very heartwarming introduction. Okay. So, in Kapampangan, Maya Payabak po, kaya ko man. So, good afternoon to everyone. So, I think this is not the first time that I was invited, no, but I think it was actually a God's grace that finally this topic was actually given to me by Ma'am Cherise Cristelgo. Okay, so maybe we can already start my presentation, but before that, I just would like to, of course, no, to greet each and everyone, Ma'am Bona, Cheria, Sir Alfonso, um, Ma'am Cherise, and of course, to the rest of the administrators, teachers, parents, and guardians. Pleasant afternoon, everyone. So, as mentioned by Ma'am Cherise and Ma'am Bona earlier, that this topic is very timely. It is true that we are all adjusting to the new normal. As parents, we play a significant role, including me. I am actually a solo parent, no, in helping and in guiding our children to become acquainted with the new trends in the distance learning education. Our hope is for us to see our children enjoying, learning, and coping well in today's challenging times. Let us support our children in their journey towards becoming responsible and dependent children and adults. So I will now be sharing my presentation. All right. So the assigned topic that was given to me is entitled Harnessing Independence in Your Children Learning at Home. So again, please call me Miss Angie. Okay. Let's move. The general objectives of our discussion this afternoon is centered on number one, parenting strategies to hone self-regulation in children and teens, and helicopter parenting and how it impedes independence of children. Okay, so I would like to start my presentation this morning with a question. I am inviting all our guest parents. No, you may post or answer my question using our chat box. No, I would like to ask you first about this question. What kind of child do you wish for your child to be in the future? Maybe we are talking about here personality, no, emotional stability, and all. All right. I wish to see your answers. Sorry. All right. Where's the chat box here? All right. Okay.
Miss
Maybe
Angie.
before maybe that is also part of my activity. I will now move to my next slide. Okay. So in 2014, for your information, my spouse died due to cardiac arrest. I remember my youngest child was only in grade 2 at that time, and my eldest was in grade 4. I was only 34 years old, and my husband, when he died, he was only in 36. He was only 36, and I could still remember that I was in the middle of my PhD academics, wherein I needed to travel 3 to 4 times a day, 3 to 4 times in a week in Manila, apart from doing the many things that I need to do, like teaching, guidance, and counseling in the province of Pampanga. And of course, being a parent um of two, no, I have a separate duties and responsibilities, no, to do for my children. I was actually sharing this one to all my parents, that that was actually the turning point wherein I really needed, no, to really train my children, no, to do things on their own. Initially, I was very hands-on as far as the academics and extracurricular activities of my children. But when after the death of my husband, no, I got the chance to talk to my children. I told them that they needed really to really help me out, no, in doing all my responsibilities. Remember, they were only like in 9 to 11 years old, but you know, it was actually God's grace through the support of my parents, how I was able to mold in them or instill with them, no, the importance of self-discipline, sense of responsibility, and how to cope, no, productively after losing our beloved, dear beloved father. Okay, so just to give you an idea, this is my eldest daughter. This is Azalea. She is currently in grade 11 under Strand. She is basically a consistent student leader, academic scholar, and a certified writer. So if you will allow me to describe her personalities, no, I see herself as a person who is very independent when it comes to expressing her thoughts, no. She is actually a person that can really rely on. Just this morning, every time that I am busy, sometimes I don't have really much time to do to prepare our breakfast and all. Okay, so I also train her, no, once in a while, no, she's the one doing or preparing our food at home. And she is also the kind of person who is very assertive. Okay, she speaks her mind, no, and I see her as a risk taker. And even if she is the kind of person who is very independent minded, but nevertheless, no, one of the good qualities that I love about her is she can actually, no, she can manage to keep her good virtues and values. I am really proud of saying that my anak is very mabait, mabuti, at matalino. Okay. So this is Azalea, and this is my youngest child. This is Angela Marie Francesca. She is currently in grade 9. Also, she is a student leader, academic scholar, artistic. She is inclined into arts and a certified badminton player. Maybe because of the things that we went through, no, maybe that was the time wherein she learned how to manage money properly. I always tell her that she is our money management expert in the family. Also, no, I raised her to become independent-minded, very responsible in doing all her academic requirements, no, her responsibilities here at home, and she has a separate duties and responsibilities in the school, since currently she was elected as the Supreme Grade 9 Council in Grade 9. So basically, she is the president, no? Even if we are online, no, she do a lot of duties and responsibilities in serving studentry. No, I also find her very resilient. No, she was able uh, to test her resilience. No, my children knows their rights. No, and of course, they know the policies, and if ever someone or people who will actually violate, no, all these things, no, they know what to do. Okay. I remember her one time, no, few years back, no, one of the things that is very important that we need to instill to our children would be the life skills, no. Hindi po kasalanan na magtrabaho ang mga anak natin. It is actually very important that our children be trained, no, to do all these things, no. I feel sad whenever I see students, even if they are already in senior high school, until this time they don't know how to go home on their own. They don't know even how to cross the street safely. Okay, they don't know how to fix their beddings, no. One time I was actually doing a seminar in one of the public schools in Pampanga. I got surprised when I found out that one father, even if the child was already in grade 7, siya pa rin po ang tawag doon, siya pa rin po ang nagtatay ng shoes ng kanyang anak at nagsashine ng kanyang mga shoes. All these things, no, I know we love our children and we want the best for our children, but there are times that it's not all about that. Love is not all about that. Okay. So I would like to continue my presentation by sharing my parenting journey on rearing and raising smart kids. Okay. Our topic for this morning is centered on self-regulation and childhood development. Self-regulation is one of the biggest developmental tasks of a child. It is given that they are still children. They are not capable of knowing what is right, what is wrong, what is proper, unless us adults will help them to and train them how to become one. But this is my concern, okay? I don't know if you will agree to me if I say you cannot give you what you do not have. Only people who are self-regulated can teach their children to become one. So napaka-importante po na kailangan makita natin at nakikita ng mga bata sa atin, no, that we have this kind of skills, no. Self-regulation is the ability of an individual to handle and manage stress, resulting to a better well-being, relationship, and learnings, no. When we say ability of an individual to handle and manage stress, we live in a world that is filled with uncertainties, no. As we face the new normal, our children experience a lot of stress, no. May that be about relationship in the family, about their academics, etc. No. I really look up to parents, no, who were able to really train their children, no, how to cope well, no, how to adjust well, and or how to adapt well to life uncertainty. No, sometimes their cognitive functioning, no, is very important. No, the way they deal with problems, the way they think the way they find meaning on what is happening in their lives, no, that is very important. Problems are expected, no, to really help us become a better person. Whatever problems that we are experiencing, we are hoping that all these things, no, will make us not become a weaker person, but it will result to a better well-being, relationship, and learning. Self-regulation is a skill which allows someone to calm herself. This one, I think, is a gift because not everyone, okay, are capable of calming one, knowing how to calm herself in times of stress, no? So to adjust to a change and to handle frustration without outburst. Teaching self-regulation takes practice and patience. My dear parents, let us be patient enough, no, in understanding, in guiding our children. Okay, we need a lot of patience until such time that they will be able to manage, no, to learn and train. It is basically a practice. Even from grade school to junior high, sometimes even us, no, at this age, no, we are still learning self-regulation skills. And I read a study yesterday from JAMA Pediatrics wherein they completed a systematic review and mental analysis in 2016. I would like to summarize the findings of their study by saying self-regulation skills, according to their findings, were seen to play vital roles on children and adolescents' academic, health, and behavior. Okay, that is why we really need to give importance, no, we really need to find time. I know there are a lot of parents and guardians who are so busy, no, doing many things, and in terms of behavior, no, of our children, please, no, it is our sole responsibility, no, we play a vital role in guiding, helping, and in training our children uh, to master self-regulation skills. And I also would like to share with you these 5 steps to self-regulation by Dr. Becky Bailey. He was actually the creator of Conscious Discipline, which actually teaches a 5-step process for self-regulation. Number 1, when a child would actually show a behavior that is not that is not acceptable, like for example, you've seen a child crying in outburst, no, according to Dr. Becky, no, the first thing that we need to know is be aware of the triggers. I now remember my pamangkin, no, who is also a 5-year-old boy. Every time that his iPad, okay, will lose its battery, you know, that's the time that he would show uh, behaviors like that. So normally what I do is really to talk to him and then ask him about what he is feeling right now. Most oftentimes, no, she would tell me, I'm mad. I feel upset. Imagine a 5-year-old boy telling me all these feelings, no? It is very important that we need to help them, no, understand and identify their feelings. She or he felt upset, he got mad after seeing the iPad with no battery, okay, or with zero battery. So after some time, after telling me, okay, I will really find time to calm him, no. Normally I have this stress ball, no, wherein I allow him to play, or sometimes I really divert his attention, no, for him to be able to really release, no, his to release his anger, no. And then I normally tell him that I normally ask him about what went wrong. And then once he was able to calm down himself, he will tell me that because of my tablet. And then normally I will discuss to them. I will discuss to him. I will orient him or about um, what to do in order not to experience that problem. I mentioned to him that it is very important that you need to check the battery of your tablet every now and then. Once you were able to see that the battery is already in color red, that is the turning point that you need to charge your tablet. So I really train him, no, in a calm manner, no, for him to understand, no, little by little, the importance of knowing how to charge his tablet. So as early as the formative years, no, at their level, no, they already capable of solving, no, problems, no, through our assistance and guidance. And eventually, after series of training, series of practice, no, finally, he learned how to charge his laptop. And um, currently I no longer see him, no, doing tantrums related to the charging of his tablet. So this is just an example of the many things, or the many triggers, no. What I'm trying to say, dear parents, would be, no, it is something that we really need to be patient, no, and very understanding of our children. If us is not able to do that for them, who will do that for our children? And I think, no, self-regulation skills is very important because it has an impact in terms of their behavior, in terms of their academics and mental health um, issues, even when they grow up. Okay, so this one is very true. Kids may develop their self-regulating skills naturally from being with self-regulating adults. I actually asked a friend of mine how she was trained, no, to become self-regulating adult. So she said to me that I've seen that from my parents. And one of the things that we can do is really to allow our children, no, to play, no, to be with people, no, because that's the only time that they can really, no, learn various social skills or life skills, emotional related skills that will somehow help them, no, gain enough resilience, no, to become stronger in terms of handling emotions, no. And this one is a trending nowadays. Online classes and distance learning may inevitably pose challenges to our learners. Parents are in the prime position to assist and support them through the novel delivery of education to eventually help them adjust. Actually, I have this concern, no, especially when it comes to the junior high, no. Sometimes, no, our children are even more advanced than the parents. But when we are talking about our the younger, no, children, no, I think, no, it is also vital for us parents to really learn, no, the basic skills, no, in online classes. Because, okay, if we will not be helping our children, no, definitely you will be seeing a lot of problems. You will be dealing a lot. You will be dealing with several numbers of emotional related problems, no. Okay, this one is very related to self-regulation skills, no? What is helicopter parenting? Helicopter parenting is overprotecting, overshadowing one's child to the extent that leaves no space for the young minds to explore and experience things in their own. Uh, I have this friend, no, wherein she is actually a hands-on mom to her child, up to the point of doing everything for the child. Like for example, if the child has an assignment like an essay, no, and then the child will actually do her share, and then the parent will actually change it. Okay, and then sometimes the child will have an assignment or a project about arts. She will ask someone to do that for the child, no. You know what, one time they had an argument. They were not talking to one another, but that child needed to submit her assignment. You know what, it turned out that the parent realized that it was not really helping the child, no, to do everything, to become overprotecting and overshadowing to our children. The child is not so confident, even if she is very bright, no, she is very talented, no. um Always, no, she needs to be affirmed by the mom, no. She do not feel confident about her own works, no, because of what happened, no. As parents, no, we need to allow our children, no, sometimes, no, I myself, no, allow my children to feel. I allow my children to experience pains, although it's very painful for us, no, to see our children in pain, no. But if that's the only way for them, no, uh to learn something from that experience, because if they will not experience those kind of pains, no, they will not grow, they will not develop the various coping skills, no, and they will not grow up to become resilient. And of course, I would also would like to share with you the consequences of helicopter parenting. You know what? This one is very true. Based on my own story, children will not develop self-confidence and self-esteem. She will not feel worthy in doing many things. Many children will be victimized by bullies because they do not know how to be assertive. They don't know how to protect themselves, because most of the time it's their parents who are actually doing everything for them. And you know, children who are children with helicopter parents have higher level of stress and anxiety, because most of the time they worry a lot, because they always think about their parents. Will my parents be happy? Will my parents be proud of me? Um, Something to that effect. And of course, lack of life skills. My examples earlier will somehow give you a glimpse, no? I feel bad because it is true that one day, no, we really need to free ourselves, our children, because they have a separate life, no. If we will not train them to become independent, no, later on it's also us who will experience problems. You know, I have a relative who until now financing the needs of their children, because these children were used that all their needs were being provided by their parents. Lumaki po silang tamad, lumaki po silang irresponsible. And of course, lack of creativity and lack of independent thought and action. They don't want to decide for their own. They are incapable of expressing themselves, etc. So these are just some of the consequences that I've seen, no, which actually affects, no, children, our children. Once you have a helicopter parent. I would like to say this statement. No, too much of something is very bad. Too much of sugar makes it too sweet to eat. Too much of discipline makes things too difficult to follow. Too much of help makes one helpless. Too much of control makes one hopeless and aimless. As parents, we need to be the wind beneath their wings, enabling them to fly and explore the world with resilience, grit, and gratitude. Okay, so I actually prepared an activity for the parents, no? After hearing from me, my discussion about helicopter parenting and the importance of self-regulation skills, no? My question now to our dear parents would be, how can we help and support our children in harnessing their independence in learning at home? Okay, so is it fine, Ma'am Cha, if we give our parents like 2 minutes to think about, and then we'll request them to answer my question via our chat box?
I believe that would be all right, Ma'am Angie.
Okay po.
So for our participants and for probably also our PI teachers who are
Yes,
part
yes,
of the
right.
program, we probably could be part of this too.
Right. We are giving the parents like 2 to 3 minutes, no, to share their insights on how they can really help and support their children in harnessing their independence, particularly now that we are facing the new normal. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Where did I go? Sorry. Sir Al, can I have a question?
Go ahead, Ma'am Angie.
Okay, I'm really having the hard time seeing the responses of our parents. Do I
I'll
need
guide you.
to
I'll guide
stop?
you.
Okay, thank you. Show small. All
Okay.
right.
We
Yeah,
have a
thank you, Sir Al.
oh,
Thank you. Responsible, independent, confident, God-fearing children, empathic, confident, smart, confident individual. Okay, for my last question. Not too many rules. Put some guidelines to follow. What else? Others, they mention about establish a routine for them to follow and sustain it every day. Mom Maricel mentioned set rules with them that are acceptable both for the parents and the children. Must be followed strictly, needed to let them try things on their own and allow them to make mistakes. That's very good. And let the kids feel that they are empowered. Yeah, no. You know, sometimes I always tell my children that it is not a weakness to fail. Have a routine, yeah, we all agree about that. Wait. And that's all I think. That's the last one. Have a routine or or schedule. Allow them to express what they are. Maybe this one is feeling. Yeah, no. That is very important. No, we need to create a safe space, no, wherein we can just have a sort of communication, no, a very understanding, a very compassionate, no, safe space, no, for us to really listen, because our children are actually would love to be heard. Okay, so thank you, dear parents. Okay, sorry, I need to go back. Okay, the importance of teaching a child to become independent. As parents, we want nothing but the best for our children. However, to give children the opportunity to become successful in life, we also have to teach them independence. Independence is the best gift you can ever give to your child. It it enables children to gain first-hand knowledge. When children gain the first chance to do things on their own, they are most likely to learn things effectively. It is because they got to learn through trial and error. Okay, so please, no, let us not be rude, no, if ever our children will fail or will will not be able to do or to do what is expected from them, no. If teaching is to be effective with young children, it must assist them to advance on the way to independence. Even during our time when we were still a child, no, our parents were there, no, not to judge us, but to help us become better individuals. Sabi nga po nila, practice makes perfect. And it enhances children's self-esteem. This was mentioned to you several times from my previous slides. Children feel worthy whenever they got to accomplish things on their own. No, they become more confident in facing challenges, which is important in preparing them for a real life trials. There is more to life in the outside world. Okay, there are a lot of things that to be learned, no. The true essence of life is not actually confined inside our home, but in the outside world. Moreover, they tend to have a better social life. And of course, it prepares children to handle failure and stress. Practicing children to handle stress is easy if they have the chance to become independent. No, stress is a way of life. No one is exempted from experiencing life stress. Let them feel bad when they failed in accomplishing something is not really good. Eventually, they will learn to take negative feelings lightly. Just be there to advise whenever they need to vent out stress. And I think, again, no, I need to repeat this every now and then. Communication in a calm manner, in a very understanding manner, is the key, no, to have a better relationship to our children. I see what's happening. Yeah, it gives the opportunity to choose what will make them happy. You know, I always tell my children, Mommy, okay, I want this. I am deciding for this, you know. I allow them to make their own choices. But sometimes I tell them, what made you decide to choose A? What made you to decide to choose B? No, our life is filled with options. No, to develop their emotional maturity, they have to learn how to decide on their own. That's the best way for them to learn emotional maturity. Through independence, through independence, children got to enhance their skills, learn right and wrong, develop their personality, and take decisions. To learn the ways of life, children need to experience life. Okay? They need to experience life. This way, they will grow up stronger, ready to take on life challenges, emotionally secured, and happy. So I would like to end my presentation with this quotes. No, I actually prepared two from Ann Landers. It says, "It is not what you do for your children, but what you have taught them to do for themselves that will make them successful human beings." I repeat, it is not what you do for your children, but what you have taught them to do for themselves that will make them successful human beings. And the greatest gift you can give your children are the roots of responsibility and the wings of independence. This was shared to us by Cha, Ma'am Cha, this at the start of our webinar. So thank you, and I hope I was able to give justice to our topic this afternoon. So the floor is it's now open for Q&A. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Angie.
Opo.
Thank you very much for the sharing. It was very concise, very straight to the point. What I have picked up basically would be the strategies that you have shared, emphasizing on self-regulation, very, very important for indeed children to learn to self-regulate even if they're at home or even in the confines of the brick and mortar setup. And you also mentioned about children having having a safe space at home, because this pretty much opens up communication. No, very, very important for the children
Yes,
to
po.
be able to express themselves, and this one also allows the enhancement of their self-esteem and they being able to handle stress in the
Yes.
process. So there we have it. We now open the floor to our participants. If you have any questions or queries, or in fact comments for Ma'am Angie, we'll just give them a moment, Ma'am Angie.
Okay po, no problem.
Will probably compose any queries they have. Okay, so far at this point, we have no queries coming in through our Facebook live. What about through this Zoom meet? Nothing coming in.
Yeah. I am happy actually, Sir Al, no? Reading the responses of our parents. Maybe this will actually summarize everything, that they all agree that we need to let our children, no, do their responsibilities, no?
Yeah.
And another one, we always need to listen to our kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe so. I have 4 kids myself, Ma'am Angie. 2 are already professionals.
Wow.
And you know, in the second batch, I still have them with me. And you know, I can really empathize with you. I'm so saddened to hear that you know that your husband has passed away.
Yeah, po.
He was really very young, very, very young, 36 years old. Napakabata po
Yeah.
masyado yon.
It was actually a sudden death, Sir Al.
Oo, grabe. but with but I'm equally proud hearing from you that you were able to rear your children well. I mean, two beautiful daughters that you have.
That is actually, sir, my greatest achievement.
Oh, well, marami pa po siguro yan, Ma'am Angie, especially if you will have your grandchildren already with the...
Not soonest, sir.
Oh, not yet, that's it. Not yet po siguro yan. But, darating po siguro sana doon.
Opo.
Yeah. Oh. So, we don't have any questions coming in so far, Ma'am Angie, through our Facebook and our Zoom meet. Okay, about the parents, but they'd like to ask probably live. Nobody's also raising their hand. Okay. Sige.
Yeah.
Would that be it?
All right. Anyway, if there are questions in the future, I am very much willing to respond.
Oh. Ma'am Angie, there's just a shout out here for you, addressed to you from Sir Albert Labaro. He says, thank you po Ma'am Angie sa dagdag kaalaman para sa responsibilidad sa aming mga anak.
Okay, maraming salamat din po.
Okay.
Siguro po, Sir Al, I've been in the counseling profession as well for 19 years. Wonderful years, no? Minsan ng wisdom talaga natin, no? This is the best way, no, to share your gift of self, no? Simply sharing my own experiences. Pero on the other hand, then, no, I'm really happy because I was blessed with really two independent-minded children. Yeah. Maybe, Sir Al, maybe it all also boils down because I am an only child in the family. So I was also raised to become independent-minded because most of the time I do everything on my own.
Opo. Ma'am Angie, here's a question coming in.
Opo.
We have, I think, a couple for you. The first one comes from Ma'am Cora Laico Diaz. She says, when we say children need to experience life, as elementary graders, what for you is a good scenario exhibiting such during this pandemic? Baga,
yeah.
To paraphrase it, Ma'am Cora is asking if how probably would yung anak po nila makaka-experience pa rin ng magandang life, kumbaga beautiful life experiences during
pandemic crisis po.
Opo. Go ahead, Ma'am Angie.
Yes po. It's true that we are facing a life crisis at present, no? Since our children are not really allowed to go out, no? Most of the time they are just confined inside our home, no? But there are a lot of things that we can create, a lot of activities, no? A lot of engagements, a lot of encounters, no? Not just to their parents, to their siblings, no? Independence would say doing household chores, no? Disciplining our children, no, to be nice, no? Ngayon po kasi this is something that I really want to see for our children. Even if as young as 5 years old, no, my pamangkin, I train him to become kind, no, to become kind, no, in helping others. Sometimes he is actually doing a lot of things, no, to help children like him, no, by sharing his toys, no. If we have more than enough food at home, no, we normally allow them, no, to do things, no, for other people, no. For example, inside our home, no, we know or we see our children who are they are actually hooked, no, in playing gadgets, no. Again, I repeat, no, communication is very important, no. And there are still, even if we are confined inside the room, there are or inside our home, no, there are still a lot of things that we can train for our children, no. Basic lang po, no. Minsan yung mga values, no, yung mga virtues na yan, no, on how we can train our children, no, to do little things for themselves or for other people.
Ma'am Angie, and coming from the same parent who posed the question. Thank you very much to you, and you always stay safe daw po. Here's another shout out to you, Ma'am Angie, from Sir Ian Patrick Aquino. He just wants to thank you, but he includes also Berkeley and our personnel for creating these programs wherein they are able to reflect on themselves as well.
Salamat po.
Yun. I don't think may pumapasok pa po na questions. Wala na yata from the Zoom Meet. Also from FB, we don't have any more questions coming in. Okay, with that, perhaps Ma'am Angie, I'd give you back the floor if you have any final may humabol po from Sir Ernesto Garcia. I just want to thank you, Miss Angie, for sharing us your ideas. Sabi po ni Sir Ernesto.
Apo. Salamat din po for welcoming me in Berkeley.
Opo. So ma'am, I'll give you back the floor for perhaps any last words that you'd like to say to close our program po this afternoon. Go ahead, Ma'am Angie.
Yeah, maybe I'll be speaking here as a parent. Earlier I was talking with you as a speaker, but this time as a parent, no. I have 2 children. I am already 41 years old, and we've gone through a lot of challenges, life changes and challenges in life, no. I am very open to my children, no. I allow them to speak their minds, and they allow me also, no, to speak mine as well, no. Our communication is very important, and as I always tell them that please, no, let us not underestimate the potentials of our children. Our children are very good. They are gifted with so much talents, no. Hindi nga po natin alam, no, ang anak natin ang magiging susunod na presidente ng Pilipinas, no. Let us allow them to explore their God-given talents. Yun lang naman po. And I think, no, tayo rin po ang magiging masaya pag nakita natin one day how good our children will become. Thank you po.
Well said, Ma'am Angie. Thank you very much. So with that, on behalf of the school board and the rest of the members of the administration, Ma'am Charisse, of course, our Human Resource Officer, Ms. Marielle, and the heads who are with us this afternoon, also to the rest of the faculty members who have decided to join us, and especially to our parents and guardians who are still with us even during the weekend already. And how can I forget?
Sorry po.
Especially,
Pinag-sked ko po siya ng afternoon session because I had my classes in the morning in the college department. Sorry po.
That's all right. So there, and of course, we would like also to thank Ma'am Angie Evangelista for the knowledge, the experiences that have been shared this afternoon to hopefully allow every one of us to indeed spur independence among our children, especially during this time of online learning. So with that, I'd like to close the program already at mabuhay po kayong lahat. Maraming salamat.
Salamat